Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Nomads. In today's video, there are many subjects that we cover within the community. Some of those subjects are a lot more sensitive than others. It's almost like walking on broken eggshells. Some subjects within our community we stay well away from, especially here on YouTube. One of those subjects is the issue of land, or should we say free land, to those people who were sold as slaves 500 years ago. This is one of the subjects that was covered by the Unapologetic Nomads a couple of days ago. No, I didn't watch this video so I could do a reaction video. I watched this video because I had a genuine interest in what they had to say. Should those people who are the descendants of slaves get free land when they go back to Africa? It's a touchy subject. We're going to go into it. We're going to listen to what the Unapologetic Nomads had to say, and I'm going to give you my own opinion. First, like always, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to follow the OVVERSIGHT channel, the channel that is there to help you to invest on the African continent both safely and securely, link also in the description. So in today's video I'm going to show you a few clips. I'm going to react to them, so I suppose you could call this a reaction video. Now guys, when it comes to free land, some people think that it's a myth, but it actually isn't. You can get free land. You can get free land in Ghana. Gosh, I've been speaking about a guy all week last week. Ametziyahu Ben Yisrael did just that. He managed to go to Ghana and he managed to acquire free land near the coast in Elamina, which is unbelievable. Yeah, he got it for free, but whilst he got it for free, he doesn't totally own it. He has the ability to use it legally, and there is a whole host of caveats that he has to prescribe to. But in terms of private land, well, that's a different story. At the moment, the Unapologetic Nomads are touring South Africa and they look like they are having a lot of fun. So they're having a discussion about land and about reimbursement to those people who are the descendants of African slaves. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
But our own African brothers and sisters sold us. Now we want what's best for Africa. Wherever we go, we build and we get it jumping and pumping. The first country to give foundational Black Americans land and also visa privileges, that's going to be the #1 country in Africa, family. I'm telling you. The reason why I say that is because Africa has a debt it has to pay. It's a spiritual debt. You know, when you sell people, when you do sell your own blood, you know, to the devil, you got to pay. Africa is going through a rough time, and where we're going through a rough time because of the things that happened in the past. By giving those ancestors the land to their siblings, the ones who were sold off to slavery, giving that back is more of a atonement. You know you done wrong, and you're giving these people back your land. You're letting your ancestors be reconnected to the land that they were disconnected from. So, you know, now that debt is paid. You understand what I'm saying? Africa has a debt that it has to pay.
In terms of Africans selling other Africans, it's a lot more complicated than that. When it comes to the history of even some African Americans, those ones that were first transported to the island in which I originate from, Jamaica, the vast majority of those African Americans who came through Jamaica first came from a part of the Gold Coast. This part was inhabited by certain tribes, and there was one big tribe called the Ashanti tribe that was taking over everything. They were assimilating a lot of tribes at the time, including the Fante tribe. Now the Fante tribe were at war with those people in the Ashanti tribe. A lot of those people who were sold as slaves to the Europeans weren't actually just normal random people. They were actual prisoners of war. They would take these prisoners of war and then sell them. A lot of these prisoners of war, literal warriors, were taken on these ships and they were sent to Jamaica. Now the problem that the slave traders were having was that these prisoners, who were all tall, big, athletic, hence the reason why most Jamaicans have this predisposal of being athletic, a lot of these guys would break their bonds and they would cause mutiny on the ship. They would take back their freedom. So now we go to Jamaica and some of us go to the United States of America. Who do we turn to? Do we go back to the Ashanti tribe and say, hey, you need to give us some land because, hey, you're the ones who sold us? And you've got to remember, once those tribes had already been assimilated, the British then started on the Ashantis too and started trading those. So how do you know which tribe you're from when these tribes were all assimilated? This is long before the countries that we now know as today as Ghana existed.
You have to look and you have to see more than just the physical. It's a spiritual thing, family.
Does Africa have a spiritual debt to pay to us diasporans who are the descendants of slaves? That's a very good question. This gentleman seems to think that they do, but I don't think so. I don't think that if we are going back to Africa with that type of mindset, the entitlement mindset, I don't think that that will work out good for us. Ultimately, there are going to be entities from the outside who will use that against us and things will ultimately break down. This is part of the reason why I think we need to still fight for our land, fight for our freedoms, get that back and show the African people that we are here humbly, respectfully to take back what was ours. Listen, take a look at me, look at my phenotype. You may hear my voice. It may be a British accent, but my phenotype is unmistakable. I'm a red-blooded, God-fearing African, and I am goddamn proud of it. Africa didn't sell us. People sold us. It's very complicated. There is no way we can use this as a basis to go back to Africa and start asking for free land.
Everybody, I know people be real sensitive with these topics, but we have to talk about it, to talk about these things so we can smooth it out. You understand what I'm saying? But most of the time when I hear Ghana and people going to Ghana, it's always a money bag thing. Always red tape and money bags. We fight for a lot of immigrants to come to the U.S. Mainly when we fight is for our black immigrants from Africa, from these countries like that. And when you come to America, we don't want nothing from you. You understand what I'm saying? We don't need you to invest. We just want you to come, do what you have to do. Be respectful. You even get benefits through HBCUs. And there's other programs you get benefits from. If you look online, you actually get benefits as an immigrant. When you come to America, we want you to get your education, get your job, whatever you do. Get those skills and then go back home. That's all we want. And the main thing we want is just for immigrants to stay on code. When we come to Africa, we're expected to be these big investors, to always bring a bag.
And the Africans that are there today, listen, the Unapologetic Nomads are touring Africa and they are doing a beautiful job of it, but they are doing something that 99% of Africans on the African continent would never be able to do because they would never be able to afford it. You do have a privilege, but it's up to you to take advantage of that privilege. Listen, who has done wrong? Why do we deserve to get reparations? Who are we going after here? Are we going after Abdul in the Upper Volta region of Ghana, picking tomatoes, earning less than $1 a day? What, does he owe us something? We need to start getting our story straight. We can't go to the government, we can't go to the African Union, we can't go to ECOWAS. Who are we going to go to? We're going to go to the kings? Are we going to go to the tribes? We can only ask those people who took it from us in the first place.
Always red tape with that. Every time we look into Ghana, it's always a hurdle, an extra hurdle that you got to jump through. Here, so many conflicted things. No shade on nobody from Ghana. We love everybody from Ghana. Peace and love to everybody. I know people be real sensitive with these topics, but we have to talk about it. Most of the time when I hear Ghana and people going to Ghana, it's always a money bag thing. You know what I'm saying? It's always red tape and money bags.
It seems as though that foreigners who go to Africa, there is always hurdles, there is always money that we need to pay out, there is lots of red tape. Yeah, welcome to Africa. Every single foreigner has to go through this. It's like a rite of passage. Okay, we as descendants of slaves, perhaps we should be given a little bit of respite when it comes to us going back to the motherland. But please remember, there are people on the motherland. And a lot of these people are struggling. These people are putting their heads down and they are grafting. They are working every single day to make sure that they keep their heads above water. And whilst I sit here in my comfortable apartment in Central Europe, I think that it's important for us to always remember that we do have these privileges. We have privileges. We have a privilege to wear this color, and we need to see it in this way. I always have.
In America is a constant fight. It's a constant, I got to work. It's a constant, I got to do this, I got to do that. Then, if I'm making money, something stupid, I get a ticket. It's always something just going on in America, And we don't have no place where it's like a safe haven for us. There's no safe haven. We've been fighting since we left Africa, and we've been fighting ever since, family. It's never a time where we was just able to chill, Now, when we fight for immigrant rights, we fight for you to come to the country, get your skills so you could bring it back to your home country. That's our thought, and just be on code with us.
Brothers and sisters, guys, this was a call out to you, and I mirror what he is saying. We need help, and we can help each other. We don't need governments to do this for us. We can do this ourselves. We always like to moan about our communities, but we are the community. We can speak with each other. We can make these types of things happen, but it starts at the grassroots. It starts with communication. It starts with building social bonds with one another. We have the internet, so we can do this. It also starts with us relating to one another, understanding that we are one people. It is also about embracing our differences, embracing our histories, understanding each other's cultures. I remember 20 years ago when I was living in the States, there were many Africans that I remember who were treated with hostility by African Americans. A lot of African Americans don't like me bringing this up. They don't like me talking about this. However, it is the truth. So I can understand in a way why a lot of Africans are a little apprehensive about bringing African Americans over into their countries. They simply feel that they are going to get the ADOS FBA type mindset. But what they don't understand is that those people who have that ADOS FBA mindset represents a minimal percentage of the African American community. The African Americans that many Africans are getting in contact with over there on the continent are a special breed of people. They are the exception, just like the Unapologetic Nomads. They brought this subject up, spoke about it, spoke about their own opinions in a respectful and dignified way. I've got a lot of respect for this family. A lot of us, especially here in the YouTube community, can learn a lot from them. Until the next time, please think twice. Tawara bit.